Okay, I like to read, and I like to encourage people to read. Now, in your space, there are certain books that can be helpful to my audience. Okay, so please recommend 5 books to them, either in your space or somewhere else. Yeah.
Most of my books that I enjoy reading,
Yeah.
Besides medical books.
Okay.
So I usually will read a biography.
Oh, very good.
Yes. So make sure I read a biography and then read philosophical books that are shaping
Very good. Very good.
where I find myself at every point in time.
Okay.
So for biographies, last year I ended one of the 2 biographies I read that I think really got to me, this one. So Onwuegbuzie biography.
What's the title?
My Father's Daughter.
Okay. Yeah, I heard her talk about it, but I didn't read it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So My Father's Daughter is what I would say mirrors the life of every Igbo woman. So it kind of takes time to outline our struggles.
Yeah.
The challenges we face.
Yeah.
And also, more importantly, our conquest, what we have been able to accomplish, and
Good.
the barrier, yes. And so that's one book that has
Very
really
good.
made a good impact.
Very good. All right.
Then another one is this one by West Hall.
Okay.
No
bootstrap
when you're barefoot.
Okay.
Yes. This book, so first, it's about an a very prominent Canadian businessman who is from Jamaica. And then, so this thing about no bootstraps when you're barefoot got to me personally, because I'm a startup founder who decided to bootstrap my business. And I'm like, what's he even talking about? No bootstraps when you're barefoot. And I think a lot of things he outlined here, how he started his business, the risk he took, and the mistakes he made really shaped how I look at bootstraps now.
Good.
So yeah, so how I look at bootstrapping. So for example, when you're trying to get your foot in the door and people ask for a lot, it might not be like, for example, when people ask for, if let's say I get into a partnership with you, and yes, you're the one doing most of the work, but because you're using my name, I demand 50%. So it might look outrageous, but if that's what it takes to get started first. Don't overanalyze and just take that risk and see where it leads you.
Okay,
and
that's a good one.
In terms of shaping, this one I read a long while ago, and that's the one that took me time to find. So the books that shape, the philosophies that shape our time.
Yeah.
I started last year by reading this book.
Oh yeah, I read that too.
Yuval Harari.
Yeah.
Yes. A Brief History of Humankind. This is a book.
Very good. Excellent book.
So, because it helps you to know where you're coming from, where you're potentially heading.
Yeah, exactly.
So the reason.
And I also read Homo Deus.
Yes, I read Homo Deus. I read Homo Deus. So this exactly, but this is where it's important. It all starts there, and so people should take time, regardless of your field, to read *Sapiens* by Yuval Harari. And then, as we know, towards the end of last year, we saw, or middle of last year, yes, we saw generative artificial intelligence. Busting, becoming mainstream through the whole ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So then, I was fortunate enough to get this book signed by the
Raise it up, raise it up.
So signed by the
okay, yeah.
The Coming Way by.
I have it somewhere. See, I have a pile of books here. I have it there.
Mustafa Suleiman.
Mm-hmm.
So he was one of the co-founders of DeepMind. So I needed this book, helped me to understand, what are those. When ChatGPT was released, there was a lot of accolades, but beyond that, there was a lot of apprehension.
Yep.
Around what could go wrong if generative AI continues. So this book helped me to understand.
Yeah. In fact, I was supposed to have a young man who's going to talk about this on the podcast before you, but the same issue I have in the house, I had to postpone his to next week.
So this book by Mustafa Suleiman, because I've been actively following the philosophy around AI.
Yeah.
Around,